Penguin Random House Audio presents The 6-Phase Meditation Method, the proven technique to supercharge your mind, manifest your goals, and make magic in minutes a day, by Vishen Lakhiani.
This book is dedicated to my family and my team at Mind Valley. Preface. On September 19, 2019, several friends reached out with the following message. Hey, congratulations. Read about it in the press. You must be so proud. How cool. I'd just woken up. Wait, what? I'd absolutely no idea what they were congratulating me for. It was a totally average day for me, as was the day before. I sat up in bed in my then apartment in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, meditated, made myself a protein shake, showered, and took an Uber to work. But the messages kept coming. It turned out that my name had appeared in the press that morning in reference to winning the US Open. Now, don't get ahead of yourself. I myself didn't win squat. But a Romanian-Canadian teen by the name of Bianca Andreescu had. Beating Serena Williams in a nail-biting tennis major, she'd claimed her first Grand Slam title, and the world had been celebrating her ever since. Furthermore, the bubbly 19-year-old had wiped the floor with Serena in the most gracious, positive, gentle way possible. She'd shaken her hand and even apologized for her victory. The press got wind of this and found both her talent and her maturity fascinating, asking quite simply, how did you pull it off? Bianca allegedly smiled and responded, let me show you. That's where I came into the story. She pulled out her phone and flashed them my first book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. I'd mentioned the 6-phase meditation protocol in my first bestseller, and since reading about it, Bianca had signed up for a seminar on the 6th phase to start using it strategically to improve her performance and optimize her life. Every day, she would visualize herself winning the US Open, a protocol you learn in Phase 4. And look where it got her. So, will you too win the US Open upon finishing this book? Probably not. These chapters won't cover how to win tennis matches. But what I can tell you is that you'll learn to win at life, crushing the goals that are most important to you as an individual. Bianca is one of the millions of people who use the 6-phase meditation to feel and perform at their best and achieve the unimaginable. She isn't the only high-profile athlete who uses the 6th phase either. So does Tony Gonzalez, the NFL Top 100 Hall of Famer, who credits this meditation in multiple press articles, as does Reggie Jackson of the LA Clippers, as well as his entire family. You can watch interviews with all of these amazing folks on my Instagram, at VISHEN. But the 6th phase isn't just for athletes. It's used by artists, entrepreneurs, musicians, singers, and Hollywood stars whose movies you've probably seen. Take War and Leisure singer-songwriter Miguel, for instance. Billboard magazine wrote a fascinating article about Miguel's meditation practice with his entire crew before major concerts, titled, Miguel Talks Connecting with Fans Through Meditation Before His Shows. Which meditation, Billboard asked? Miguel responded, it is a 6-phase guided meditation narrated by Vishen Lakhiani that traverses consciousness, gratitude, forgiveness, 3-year aspiration, visualization of one's perfect day, etc. And the meditation lasts about 20 minutes. The reason rock stars and athletes apply the 6th phase is that they instantly notice its effects. Whether the measure is audience applause or scoring more points, they all witness the same boost in performance. Are you a world-famous athlete or artist? Maybe not. But do you have dreams and aspirations of what you want to bring to the world? Most probably, yes. Even if you've never classed yourself as one before, you may well be an entrepreneur. You may well be a creative changemaker who's been waiting for a lucky break. Your success might not be as obvious as Bianca's. As you go through your day, there won't be a scoreboard and a referee watching your every move. Nor will there be a live audience dancing and applauding your performance. But you'll feel it. It may be the gradual increase in sales that you notice first. Or perhaps you perceive that you're beginning to operate more frequently from a state of total flow. Perhaps when you come to the end of your day, you're amazed at how much you got done with so little effort while still feeling fully energized. For many entrepreneurs and CEOs, the six-phase meditation has become their most important daily practice. Mark my words, by the end of this book, you'll have all the tools you need to live the best, most successful, happiest life yet. And the people around you will notice. This is why I'm so excited to deliver this protocol to you. So what actually is the six-phase meditation? Well, first off, it's not a traditional meditation. Let's dump that idea right here. Rather, it's a series of science-backed mental scripts that you run in your head to transform the way you think about yourself and the world. But before I dive deeper into the six phases, let me tell you about how I got obsessed with the power of the human mind and ended up starting one of the world's biggest companies in personal growth and human transformation, Mind Valley. Bill Gates, Microsoft, and the musty sofa. You should know that I was never meant to be a meditation instructor. My life wasn't destined to be spiritual, and I never for a second entertained the idea that one day I'd be writing best-selling books on the subject of human potential. I was born in Malaysia and grew up in a large Hindu family that held academia in the highest regards. If, like me, you have Indian immigrant heritage, you're familiar with the notion that you have four choices of career. You'll be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or a family failure. No more, no less. I'll always remember the way my grandfather looked at me as we were on a drive one Sunday afternoon. This was around the time Bill Gates had visited India, and it coincided with the month I was faced with the most important decision of my life so far: which subject to study in college. Bill Gates' face was everywhere, on every news channel, in every paper. Inspired by the radio station blasting from the speakers, my grandfather had a light bulb moment, one that would dictate my choices for the 5 years ahead of me. "Vishen," he said, looking me in the eyes with hope, "you must be rich like Bill Gates. You must know computers." As a teen with taped-up glasses who'd struggled with self-esteem issues most of his life, it's safe to say that I was more than eager to prove myself. I moved to the United States in the summer of 1999 and enrolled in the computer engineering program at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. It was one of the top 5 schools in the world for computer science at that time. After fully immersing myself in the American college culture, do I have to say more? And graduating, I got my happily ever after. I landed the internship of my family's dreams, a role at Microsoft in Redmond, Washington. That's right, I worked for Bill Gates. But as you have probably guessed by now, I didn't stick it out for all that long. I actually got myself fired on purpose. Here's what went down. Despite the family praise and the temporary sense of achievement, 2 months in, I was miserable. I'd wake up in the morning and hit the snooze button, again and again and again. Although I'd become successful, my soul was collapsing in on itself with the monotony. I remember one time when Bill Gates invited all of the new hires to his gorgeous mansion overlooking Lake Washington. All my colleagues gathered around him and his barbecue grill as he served us freshly grilled burgers. There they were, beaming as they shook the hand of their hero. I was the only one at that gathering who couldn't do it. I knew I didn't belong. Bill was a gracious host and a brilliant man, but this world was not for me. So I decided I was going to quit, but the sheer fear of disappointing my family was giving me cold sweats at night. I couldn't just walk out of there. I'd have to make it look like it wasn't my choice, so I hatched a plan to get myself fired. I shut the doors of my office and played the game Age of Empires all day until someone noticed. Lo, I know. I got officially fired for playing computer games during company hours. I then moved to Silicon Valley with stars in my eyes to earn some money doing something I actually enjoyed. I'd be an entrepreneur. Of what? I wasn't sure, but I was filled with illogical optimism. I wholeheartedly believed I'd forged a successful career. I had to. And Silicon Valley was, to new computer science grads, what Hollywood was to aspiring actors. I was in the right place. But my timing, in a word, sucked. A few months after I moved to Silicon Valley, the dot-com bubble burst. 14,000 people in the area were laid off practically overnight in April 2001, the exact month I was trying to get my company off the ground. So good luck trying to shop around an idea.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?